GM Crypto News House here. It is February 25th, and before I get into the video, please read the description below on the take of the shilling of the tokens. But in any case, let's talk about the price action of the majors really quick. So Bitcoin, I was saying earlier, it was like 92K. I was saying, okay, well, the fact that, well, I didn't say it in the video beforehand, but I wanted to point out that the fact that we closed below the 100-day EMA, which was 93K as a support, and closed at 91, was so fucking bearish. And I was saying that perhaps 85K would be a peak bottom because in terms of the daily, well, the EMA, the 200-day EMA says it's there, right? I still think that we need to retest a wick before we go higher. So that's probably what I would say for Bitcoin. But it's very high probability that this is the utmost bottom in the Bitcoin. There are some other risks that I wanted to talk about from my quant that I was looking at, but I don't have the pure data right now. But there's a lot of factors currently where this is pretty much bottom. 85K is most likely bottom. If we want to go a little lower, maybe 82K, but it should be bottomed here. But if there's going to be an absolute peak of bottom and this is not the actual bottom, then based off the EMA, then 75K on the weekly would be the pure bottom, like absolute capitulation bottom. Everybody, they're selling their houses, they're selling their lives to buy more Bitcoin, or I don't fucking know. Everyone's capitulated out here. 76K would be the final peak bottom, but most likely 85K is the bottom here. A lot of alts on the day are pretty much just everything is just wrecked, man. There's nothing else to say here. I mean, Bitcoin looks quite fine if you zoom out, but I just want to say most likely this is the bottom, and I don't expect much volatility until like a couple more days before we see this uptrend. But assuming just the bottom, of course, Bitcoin is going to chop upwards from now and go back to all-time highs, and perhaps we'll see a breakout. I'm not sure if it will happen like in a couple weeks from now. We'll have to see. The fact that Bitcoin pulled back this low means it needs more time to chop and consolidate in this range before it can break higher. So we'll see what's going to happen, but that's my current bias. We need to test a wick a bit short term. And liquidation heat map, yeah, we're just consolidating in this range here. So I want to talk about the price action of the altcoins. So Solana AI is actually pretty strong here. So like ARK, for example, like Bitcoin's at 88K and ARK is pretty much the same price. It's really strong. There's some Solana AI projects that are extremely strong, I would say. And if we look at Base AI on the other hand, Base AI is kind of some things are up, some things are down. Nothing really that crazy to say. Of course, we're seeing a little bit of bounce because Bitcoin bounced a bit and also bouncing a bit. If you look at the altcoins, a lot of them are actually decently strong compared to Bitcoin, which usually is a sign of a more impending doom. So don't get too crazy yet, right? Because we don't know if this is actually super bottom, but there's more indicators for it to be bottom. A lot of base memes, yeah. Alts haven't really, like meme coins, AI. Meme coins haven't really moved that much. They've kind of just been going down only. A lot of Solana memes, some strong ones like Popcat, Michi, I suppose, but nothing really that crazy to say, honestly. A lot of tokens are just slightly recovering here. I could just crash out one is... Wow, I'm pretty shocked at how strong this chart is, man. But yeah, I would still say AI is probably the best sector. Memes, I just don't know if they have a good enough narrative for going higher, honestly. Like, I'm still the most bullish out of all the AI projects. I'm most bullish on ARK. I mean, this price action needs to be studied, especially as Bitcoin just goes lower. So, and let's look at the tweets here, though. Waiting for the new headline. Bitcoin crashed from 101K to 85K, said the tweet. So yeah, CZ essentially made this tweet 5 years ago, and he absolutely cooked us this one, man. He actually just predicted the future, so I just think that's kind of cool. But let's look at this next tweet. We went from extreme greed to fear in 2 months. So let's look at the index chart, fear and greed index chart. So extreme greed to fear in 2 months. Absolutely insane. And can we go much lower? Yeah, I think we can. Honestly, a little bit lower, maybe 5% more. We'll see what's going to happen, but we do have to retest a wick, as I was saying earlier. But yeah, currently market is extreme fear, which is another bottom indicator. But let's look at this. Justin, Pump Fund deposits sold worth 12 million in the Kraken exchange. Yeah, Pump Fund, the gambling platform, making a shit ton of money from fees, and they're trying to off ramp because they think it's the bull run's over. I don't think it is currently, and maybe this is another bottom signal. We'll have to see what's happening. But I know that Pump Fund, that they are pretty displeased with the trenches, like memes, like narrative wise. I'm gonna talk a bit more about that a bit later, but let's look at this. As Arkham realized that BlackRock manages assets on behalf of its customers through the Bitcoin ETFs, isn't BlackRock selling their own Bitcoin? Yeah, so it seems that BlackRock, apparently they're selling their Bitcoin, but they transferred 150 million Bitcoin to Coinbase Prime. These are outflows from the IBIT Bitcoin ETF. So yeah, this apparently seems to be not from BlackRock themselves, but the people who bought the ETF through BlackRock, I suppose, and they're trying to off ramp because they see the price action and they want to get out because they think Bitcoin is going to zero. It's not. Zoom out. We're most likely very fine, and this is a capitulative bottom. But let's look at this. It will not kill it. There's no killing it. Means always exists on chain some form. We'll do hopefully is refine and consolidate it. So yeah, this guy's giving a take where what crypto is suggesting right now is the end of the meme coin boom. The combination of Melania, Libra, and the lasers group using meme coin no longer stone ETH will kill it dead. Aim today within 6 months. The good news is that there are already things ready to replace it, including the institutional adoption of Bitcoin, stablecoins, tokenization, and the rebirth in DeFi. Once they start making the presence felt, the loss of energy will create a drag in the market. So I'm gonna give an argument where if those things were so great in the first place, then they would have replaced meme coins for now already. But we know that meme coins are the highest growing sector in terms of the altcoin sector, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon, like the whole meme coins. I think if anything right now, the Trump and the Melania and the Libra, because we know meme coins sector was huge. It was like 100 billion valuation, which is insane for apparently an asset class that has no inherent value, but it's pure speculation, right? We have to see some sort of top for that whole sector if that's actually the case. And that's why I'm so bullish on like AI, for example, which is 20x less the market cap and higher valuations in terms of speculative value plus inherent value. But memes right now, they seem to be top there. And if we were to essentially aggregate all of the meme valuations into one curve, then yeah, we probably are at this bottom, this absolute low, this capitulated bottom on memes. And usually when that happens after capitulation, they have to go sideways for whatever time frame, days, weeks on memes before they start going up again. Because I think memes will actually come back, but currently I just don't think so, because there are so many top signals and it has to go sideways here. I don't think it can go much lower, the entire meme coin narrative, but that includes also like Murad coins, the community coins, even base memes to an extent, and overall daily runners. People are less interested in this, but we also have to realize meme coins are the purest form of gambling, and the human spirit, the human nature, the human emotion, the gamble will always stick. And you know how some things in crypto markets can change, like a narrative went from NFTs to meme coins. Well, it's always changing, right? But human nature is always the constant. And if you play based off that, then there is a solid thesis for why meme coins will come back, because humans love to gamble. So the risk appetite will come back. It just needs to be reset for now, the sentiment, before we can go much, much higher on meme coins. That's my own opinion on this, but I still think that the first sector to go in comparison is AI, because AI hasn't even like ran that hard yet it is a much better narrative. Trump is pushing AI is every business trying to implement it. Like, I just still think is the best narrative. I am so bullish on AI compared to memes right now, but memes, it has to wait a bit before it can go some more. But let's look at this. AI agents can now play Pokemon. Anthropic's Cloud 3.7 Sonnet plans ahead. Remember, its objectives and adapts when initial strategies fail. How long until the Web3 gaming renaissance enabled by AI agents? Yeah, so AI is now playing the Pokemon, which is quite cool, honestly. I don't really have anything much to say except this is nostalgic to see. But let's look at this. SEC drops investigation into DeFi firm Uniswap Labs, Wall Street Journal, BBG. Yeah, so this is, I just want to say that don't read too much into this, except for the fact that, okay, well, now they're going to stop investigating into DeFi protocols like Uniswap. So they already stopped it on Coinbase, which is already a really nice thing. That means there's less, I suppose, restrictions that can be made regulatory wise on DeFi protocols. And now the fact that Uniswap doesn't have an investigation onto it, well, it's just good for DeFi as a whole, good for Ethereum, good for Base. But that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. Nothing that crazy to say here, not really super volatile. And I'm still going to say that Bitcoin most likely has to go sideways. I mean, it can still go lower, by the way, so don't go too horny yet. But most likely this is the bottom, and I'm still saying that altcoin wise, AI is the sector. Like, I was a bit flip-flopping back and forth. Okay, is it memes or is it AI? But now I'm more convinced that AI is the sector to bounce first compared to memes. I think memes will come back, but they need to chill. They need to sideways for many weeks before they can go. So that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video, and I'll see you guys.